It's now reaching the 40s outside, and the snow is finally melting, which obviously means summer is coming up, and I love summer. Hello, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I'm Gwen. I love playing running. You're watching LaSalle's Home for the Explorers Athletics, SportsLine.
Welcome to SportsLine, back to bring you the LaSalle sports that you love.
And later, Dejah goes on the sidelines with my fellow track enthusiast, Soleil Morrison.
But first, let's take a look at our SportsLine top 3.
Number 1, Amaya Moses currently holds the program record with 6 blocks in a game, a mark that hasn't been broken since 2017. This season, she also tied for the most blocks in a single game in the A10.
Number 2, Ashley Connor and Eris McToon are one of only 6 duos in the nation averaging 15-plus points per game each, while ranking top 5 in their conference in scoring, one of the best 1-2 punches in the entire country.
Number 3, Kenji Samuel from the men's track and field team is this week's Novacare Student Athlete of the Week after placing first in the long jump in their most recent competition.
That's it for the top 3. Now let's see how our teams did in this week's recaps. LaSalle men's track and field team competed Friday afternoon at the Fast Track National Invite held at Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex. With strong performances across multiple events, in the men's 60-meter dash, freshmen Jordan Grady and Cohen Senor led the Explorers, each clocking a 7.25 seconds in the prelims, while Grady also placed 4th in the 200-meter dash with a time of 21.93 seconds. Freshman Caleb Johnson finished 8th overall in the 60-meter hurdles, crossing the line in exactly 9 seconds. In the 800-meter run, sophomore Evan Diaz placed 22nd with a time of 1 minute 57 seconds, and sophomore Ricky Lee earned 11th in the mile with a 4 minute 16 second. Too close to meet, the men's 4x400-meter relay team of freshmen Ryan Stankiewicz, Diaz, Grady, and freshman Joshua Johnson placed 5th overall in 3 minutes 21 seconds. While on the infield, freshman Kenji Samuel won the long jump with a mark of 7.67 meters. The men's team then concluded its 2-day IC4A championships meet Sunday morning at the BU Track and Tennis Center, hosted by Boston University, where junior Matt Hill placed 7th in the 3K with a time of 8 minutes 22 seconds. Freshman Jacob Gardner took bronze in the same event with 8 minutes 13 seconds, and sophomore Dylan Stoneman finished 2nd in the 5K with a time of 14 minutes 29 seconds. On Saturday, sophomore Kayla Murray wrapped up LaSalle's weekend on Sunday, placing 17th in the mile with a time of 4 minutes 18 seconds.
The women's track and field team also competed Friday afternoon at the Fast Track National Invite, with the women's team opening the competition in the short sprints led by sophomore Jordan Gordy, who advanced to the finals of the 60-meter dash and finished 4th overall with a time of 7.74 seconds. In the 200 meters, freshman Carlene Leon placed 6th with a time of 25.74 seconds, while sophomore Havana Gordon followed in 8th with a time of 25.89 seconds. Junior Soleil Morrison continued her strong indoor season in the 400 meters, placing 2nd overall with a time of 56.24 seconds, one of LaSalle's top finishes of the meet. Meanwhile, the women's distance team also was in action Friday afternoon at the Armory in a meet hosted by Rutgers University, where all 5 explorers ran in the women's 5K college race, led by sophomore Gillian Lovett, 2nd place finish in a time of 17 minutes and 25 seconds, followed by junior Stella Hammond in 4th at 17 minutes and 39 seconds. Sophomore Amelia Green and Cara Coppolino placed 8th and 9th with times of 17 minutes and 57 seconds and 18 minutes and 3 seconds, while senior Emma Taylor closed out the race in 14th with a time of 18 minutes and 42 seconds. In the middle distance events, freshman Becca Bound placed 9th in 800 metres with a time of 2 minutes and 16 seconds, and junior Georgia Rose Dawson finished at 11th in the mile in 4 minutes and 58 seconds. The Explorers closed the meet with a strong performance in the 4x4 medley relay as sophomore Adugo Leonze, Morrison, Lionel and Gordon placed 4th with a time of 4 minutes and 3 seconds, while in the field event, sophomore Thierry Lai added another highlight for LaSalle with a 3rd place finish in the long jump at 4.9 metres.
The LaSalle women's lacrosse team opened its 2026 season in dominant fashion at McCarthy Stadium with a 17-3 victory over Delaware State in non-conference action on Friday afternoon. The win marked the first career victory for head coach Kirkland Lewis and the program's first home win at McCarthy Stadium since March 2022. Emmy Waldron and Sam Klein led the balanced and explosive offense with 4 goals and 1 assist each, while Molly Maloney added a hat trick and Kate Licciardi recorded 4 points, including a game-high 3 assists. Freshman Delaney Staples and sophomore Bree McLean scored the first goals of their LaSalle careers, with McLean finishing with 4 points. Aria Mullins and Mia Riccielli also found the back of the net. Defensively, the Explorers were just as impressive, holding the Hornets to 3 goals and forcing 22 turnovers. Senior goalkeeper Mary Babbage delivered a strong performance in the net, making 6 saves and allowing just 3 goals across 60 minutes of action. LaSalle controlled the game, outshooting Delaware State 42-18, winning 16 of 22 draw controls and finishing with a 33-19 advantage in ground balls. Then the team fell 16-6 to Monmouth on Wednesday afternoon in non-conference at Kessler Stadium. Emmy Waldron led the Explorers with a hat trick, while Mary Babbage recorded 15 saves and goal to keep LaSalle competitive. Aria Mullins controlled the draw with 6 draw controls, and Bree McLean and Mia Riccielli each added a goal. LaSalle battled early, responding to Monmouth's opening push with 2 quick goals from Waldron to take a brief first quarter lead. McLean added a man-up goal off a feed from Sam Klein to tie the game 5-5 late in the second quarter. And Babbage made several key saves as the teams entered halftime deadlocked. Monmouth seized control after the break, scoring 4 unanswered goals in the third quarter and continuing the run into the fourth to build a double-digit advantage. Richie Telle found the net late, but the Hawks secured the non-conference victory.
The LaSalle women's water polo team kicked off their 2026 season with a victory against Iona University Saturday night, recovering from a 4-1 deficit in the second quarter to a 6-6 tie at halftime, and beating the team 12-10. Goalkeeper Lily Kirby fought fiercely, facing 41 shots and registering 19 saves, beating Emma Gurachi's record 18 saves for the most in a single game in program history. Samara Aslim didn't let up in the offensive side either, leading the Explorers with 4 goals and 4 steals. Claire McClintosh also made 2 goals with an additional 2 assists, while Grace Smith registered 1 goal and 2 assists. Captain Paige Mitchell also added her name to the score sheet with 1 goal, 1 assist and 2 steals. Nadaya Azurpadi closed out the game, contributing a hat-trick, including the game-winning penalty goal.
The LaSalle Acrobatics and Tumbling team earned its first win in program history during their first meet Tuesday night, taking down Morgan State 236.750 to 220.99. The meet came down to the wire. The Explorers held a slim 106.5 to 159.4 lead heading into the final team event. With the pressure on, LaSalle delivered a dominant performance, winning the team event 76.25 to 61.59 to pull away and seal the historic victory. The win marks the first for head coach Brianna D'Angelo at LaSalle and comes as the Explorers ranked number 15 in the NCATA preseason coaches poll, the highest ranking of any first-year program in the country, defeated third-year program Morgan State. Morgan State opened strong, leading 35.65 to 32.25 after the event, but LaSalle responded in a big way, taking control with a standout performance in the acro event to jump ahead 59.75 to 55.65. From there, it was a battle. The Bears took the next 3 events, pyramid, toss, and tumbling, but by a combined margin of just 2.05 points, the Explorers refused to break.
The LaSalle men's basketball team dropped an 82-58 decision to St. Louis Saturday afternoon in an Atlantic 10 conference matchup at Chavez Arena. Redshirt sophomore Rob Dackery led the Explorers with 19 points and 8 rebounds, shooting efficiently from the floor and the free throw line, while sophomore Jaden Johnson contributed 7 points, a team-high 4 assists and 2 steals. Graduate student Joshua Harris provided a solid spark off the bench with 8 points and 5 rebounds. LaSalle set the tone early and battled tough through a competitive first half that included multiple ties and lead changes. Entering the half-time just 31-27, the Billikens gained momentum early in the second half behind strong shooting and extended the lead to double digits, eventually pulling away down the stretch. The Explorers finished with a 15-4 advantage in offensive rebounds and showed consistent effort on the glass, but struggled from three-point range at 3 of 17 and allowed 51 points after the break, while St. Louis benefited from a 30-17 edge in bench scoring. Then last night, the LaSalle men's basketball team fell 77-68 to VCU on Wednesday night at John E. Gleaser Arena in Atlantic 10 action. Rob Dackery led the Explorers with 17 points and 8 rebounds, nearly recording a double-double while adding 2 assists, a steal and a block. Ashton Walker played a season-high 36 minutes and scored 14 points, while Truth Harris provided a spark off the bench with 12 points on a 4 of 7 shooting. VCU, entering on a 7-game win streak, used efficient inside scoring to build a 37-31 halftime lead. Despite using their 18th different starting lineup of the season and dealing with injuries, the Explorers kept their pace through the first half. LaSalle's cut the deficit to 2 early in the second half after Jaden Marshall's jumper made it 55-53, but VCU responded behind Lazar Djukovic, who scored a game-high 26 points, including a key late layup to seal the win. The Explorers shot 39.93% from the field and 4 of 19 from three-point range, while VCU finished at 48.3% and capitalized at the free-throw line down the stretch.
On Saturday afternoon at John E. Glazier Arena, the LaSalle women's basketball team defeated Fordham 70-53 in Atlantic 10 action on Women's Basketball Alumni Day. The Explorers shot a season-best 54.7% from the field, led for more than 34 minutes, and improved to 13-11 on the season. LaSalle set the tone early, building a 18-11 first-quarter lead while holding Fordham to 25% shooting, and extended the advantage to 36-26 at halftime. After the Rams cut the deficit to single digits in the third, the Explorers responded with a dominant 20-11 fourth quarter to secure the largest conference win margin of the season. Eris McToon led the all-scorers with 18 points on 8 for 12 shooting, grabbed her 300th career rebound, and tied her career high with 4 assists. Joni Quinn finished with 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a game-high 4 steals while reaching 200 career rebounds. Ashley Connor added 11 points on 62.5% shooting, and Ivona Majanic dished a season-high 4 assists without a turnover. As a team, LaSalle recorded 16 assists on 29 made field goals, shot 83.3% from the free throw line, surpassed last season's win total, completed the regular season sweep of Fordham, and maintained its status as the Atlantic 10 leader in steals. Wow, good job, women's basketball.
Yeah, good job, everyone, to be fair.
Yeah, new sports.
Yeah, I was going to say, tumbling, water polo started their season, and lacrosse
started, yeah.
I'm not a hater. You might think I'm a hater of lacrosse. I'm just saying that nothing changes, and
they've had changes. Coach. They got a new head coach.
Yeah, exactly.
They got a new head coach. They made that change. First game went as they planned. Second game, not as much. But
compared to last semester when they were losing with no points themselves, and they've actually got some points now.
First one at home since 2022.
Yes,
I wasn't at the school at 2022.
That's a long time.
It was. And then track did really good.
Yeah, really good. Everyone raced, men's and women's. A lot of PRs from different places. Some were in New York, some were in, I don't know where, New Jersey. So everyone was a bit everywhere. Some was in Penn as well. So it's cool to have them racing. And they did a really good job. But and then the basketball game. I went last night. It was good.
Game. Yeah,
the women's got honoured at halftime, so that was cool to see a lot of the girls.
That's nice. Love to get the recognition.
Yeah, as we should, you know?
Exactly. But besides that, I'm going to say they're at the point of the season where...
I think that the A-10s tournament's coming up. I think that everyone's a bit nervy now. Hopefully they can just lock in and keep going.
They
Well,
can't.
you never
they're
know.
not,
Maybe the
they're
women.
not scoring threes.
The women
they aren't
might.
taking three shots. They aren't doing what they're
It
meant
was
to
an
do.
exciting game. They do seem like a bit more of a team than they've ever done.
Okay.
And I've been here for years.
Okay, then that's better.
But hopefully the
they
women.
need to shoot. They need to play basketball. If they want to play
Yeah.
basketball, they need to play. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Dejah goes on the sideline with one of our women's track stars, and it's not Gwen.
That's funny. Who said
That was
that?
good. I think Gwen.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. That I know what you're going through. I know things aren't easy, but you still show up. I wonder if you know that we can get help. That we don't have to go through this alone. Let's see how far we can go. Love your mind.
Welcome back to SportsLine. Earlier today, Dejah sat down with Soleil Morrison from the Sal's track team.
Hello, and welcome back to another segment of On the Sidelines. I'm your host, Dejah, and today with me, I have Soleil Morrison, a part of the track and field team. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So, how long have you been a sprinter?
I've been running since I believe 6th or 7th grade of middle school. Yeah. So I'm not good at the math right now, but however long that is to now. Yeah.
That's a long time ago. It's a long time. That's all you
Yeah.
need to know. So, what drew you to this discipline and running and sprinting?
So it was just a random day, and my family and I were at the beach, and we were with like family friends, and the family friends, they had all done track and field among like so many other sports, and like kids do, we were racing and racing and racing and racing, and they were like, wow, you actually have potential, like you could be a mid-distance runner. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but sure, like I'll do it. And I did it. And now I'm here.
Right. So you started off running at the beach.
Yeah, it was at the beach in the sand, which is pretty hard.
I was about to say, how was that? Because running at the beach is difficult.
Yeah, running at the beach is quite difficult. It could be a workout on its own, but yeah.
Yes, definitely workout.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite event to compete in?
Right now, probably the 200, but high school me would have said the 400 just because that's what I had the most experience in, and I guess that's what I medaled in most too. I think people hated enough to not gravitate towards it, and so I also hated it, but I was good enough at it, and so I was like, listen, like people aren't doing it, and I'm doing it, and I'm medaling, so I'll just keep it. Yeah.
Right. So you set the program record in the 200 for both indoor and outdoor, so that's clearly something that you're good at. But what's the logic behind that, hitting that curve and then going down that bend to reach the end?
It's especially enjoyable outdoor because it's just that, the curve in the straight. And I couldn't tell you. I don't know. You just maybe you're good at it. And some people aren't, but I think I've been relatively good at running curves all my life just because like I was a mid-distance runner, so I was running more mileage anyways, and so I just kind of had to get good at it. But if you can take that curve well, it helps the rest of your race too. And then there's the indoor 200, which is the full lap, and that's more curves and more straights. Yes. But like, again, as long as you're good at it, you can do it.
Right. Yeah. And then I used to run track. I know the inner lane is the best lane. Is that your favorite lane too?
Absolutely not. I actually hate lanes 1, 2, and 3, and then the sweet spot is up in like 4 and 5, and then lane 6 is just way too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that before. I got a different viewpoint now. So what's going through your head when you're in your blocks and the gun's about to go off? Because that's the most frightening thing, I feel like, in my opinion, and your heart just drops.
Yeah, so I'm a super anxious person, and I would say probably just about everything is going on in my head. I've never, and you know what, I hope I don't jinx myself, but I've never false started before, and that's always something that goes on in my head. I think my blocks I'm not very skilled in them, so they're just kind of like a waiting period for me to just kind of let everything run through my head. I guess I do think a lot about like how the race is gonna go and how I want it to go, and I'm not sure what else.
Yeah. No, that's
valid.
valid.
Pretty much it.
That's really valid. So you were a part of Penn Relays in the 4x1. I know that takes chemistry. That handoff has to be perfect. How do you guys build that up in practices? Or do you keep the consistent, the layout the same?
Yeah, we actually had to change it up quite a bit. We had a couple people that were like contenders for it, and then I think they were just kind of like just in case for like, you know, injuries and stuff like that. But we kind of relatively kept the same 4 people, and then I think it was good because we had 4 people that had chemistry and they knew how to run their leg. And so the first leg, she did really good on the curve, and I was supposed to run the longest part, and that's what I did well in. And then the girl that ran third, she also did really well, and she handed it off well to the anchor leg. Right. And I mean, our method for that was just a lot of practice. We did a lot of what's it called, handoff work. A lot of handoff work. But I think part of it is also just like trusting your teammates and like being confident that you can make it around. And we made it around.
Yeah. The handoff is probably the most important thing outside of winning, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to choose, would you be a starter or an anchor?
I would absolutely be an anchor for the 4x. Well, for everything. I love being anchor. Yeah. But I was the anchor in our high school 4x1, and so that's what I was used to. I was never used to giving the baton. Yeah, and so when I had to do it last year, I was like, oh, I'm scared. But it ended up pretty well. It wasn't bad, and we timed it good enough to make it around. But I prefer anchor.
Right. That's perfect. Taking it home.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about
and you don't have to worry about giving
just
anything.
Just put it in my hand and I'll go.
Just running,
do
exactly.
What I do best. So do you have any pre-race rituals? Like music you listen to, or just like food, things like that? Yeah,
I do listen to a lot of music. Again, I'm a super anxious person, and it's almost like counterproductive anxiety. But like, I listen to a lot of music to calm me down, and then I kind of just like stay around my team because they help me to calm down as well too. My coach is really good at that. I believe that's it. I do some like recovery stuff if necessary. My body has been a little banged up, so I do need that. But I guess just music is what I rely on. Yeah,
there are a lot of hamstring injuries being a sprinter. So I think everyone's experienced that, honestly.
I actually haven't,
no?
and I hope it's.
Props to you.
I hope it stays that way, but.
Yeah, that's great. So, what do you do during the off season to keep up? Because I feel like with track, even when you're not in season, you have to constantly keep up with your body. So what are some things that you do, or like a diet that you keep up with? Yeah,
I'm not so much a diet person. I kind of just eat what I eat, but like I think as far as like practice and like physical habits, I'm also not very good at keeping that up either. But I have been doing better recently. So my coach does send like workouts and stuff when we have breaks, and he expects us to do them so that we stay in shape when we come back. So I'll do those. We'll do some weight room stuff as well. That is also one that I kind of like don't do so well in keeping up on, but
You just focus on the running aspect
Yeah,
of everything.
mostly the running. Yeah.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Do you prefer indoor or outdoor season?
I prefer outdoors so much more because, again, it's just like indoors is shorter, and so you're turning and running straight more. And it's like, I'm conditioned to run a loop, and in my head, running a full loop is 400 meters. And so when I run a loop that's 200 meters, it still feels like the 400, and it's like,
Right.
I'm just doing more than I need to be, and nobody feels like that. And also, you're just kind of like at your peak outdoor season, and it's like you're putting down the times that you want to, and it's like it's what's the word? It's yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So you guys have a meet coming up in 2 days. Do you know what you're running in yet?
We have a meet coming up next week, and I do know what I'm running. I'm running the 2 and the 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will keep a lookout. I'll
Thank
try to
you.
come and watch you.
Thanks.
But thank you for stopping by today.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great season
Yeah,
and make some PRs.
I hope so. Thank you for having me.
No problem. We're going to send it back to Riley and Gwen.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have all of this week's upcoming games. Stay tuned.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose, but here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started. Find your place in space. Space for All.
Welcome back. We have a very, very busy week of Explore Sports, so here's what you have to look forward to. Friday, February 13th, the men's track team will compete at the BU Valentine Invitational. The women's team will compete the following day at the same event, with competition beginning at 9:30 a.m. Baseball opens its season at home on Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. against the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The teams will meet again at home on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, followed by a third home matchup on Sunday afternoon starting at 12. The baseball team will then travel to face the University of Delaware on the road, with first pitch scheduled for 4 p.m.
On Saturday, February 14th, women's water polo will compete on the road facing St. Francis in the morning before taking on Bucknell in the evening. The team will return to action on Sunday morning with matchup against Occidental. Women's lacrosse will play at home on Saturday at 1 p.m. against Howard. Then they will play at home again on Wednesday for a 4 p.m. matchup versus UMBC. Women's basketball will be on the road Saturday afternoon, tip-off set for 2 p.m. against George Washington. The Explorers will then travel home on Wednesday evening to face Rhode Island, with the game starting at 6:30 p.m. Men's basketball will travel to Duquesne for a road contest on Wednesday evening, with tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. Men's and women's swimming and diving will open their Atlantic 10 Championship on Wednesday, February 18th, with competition running through Saturday, February 21st in Hampton, Virginia.
That just about wraps it up for us this week. If you can't make it out to see the Explorers play, be sure to tune in next week for our coverage. Keep up with this weekend's other sporting events by visiting goexplorers.com.
Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV and on Instagram at SportsLine LTV. We welcome you to send your thoughts and suggestions there.
For our entire SportsLine team, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I'm Gwen. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the game.